And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, James out west. It is Sunday, May 23rd, 2021.
This is our first Sunday show.
This is a special edition. Playoffs going crazy. Basketball, some football news. You got baseball in the thick of it. PGA Tour rocking and rolling.
You got Phil Mickelson looking like
he's got a chance to be the oldest player
ASU player
ever to win a major. That'd
crazy.
Be pretty impressive.
I like Phil. I don't watch golf, but now we got golf in there.
He's a great social media presence.
Really?
Phil Mickelson is. Oh, yeah, he's a great follow.
That's funny.
Great follow.
How was your week?
Not bad. We took the mother-in-law to dinner. We rented a van because she's in a wheelchair.
Yep.
Did that. Went to the old, what is that? Teppanyaki hibachi stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
Cook for you.
We did that last week.
Oh, it was awesome.
Last week too.
It was awesome. We did it Tuesday.
Went to Kobe.
Okay.
It was
She had a great time. Kids had a great time.
Got the shrimp
Yep.
thrown.
Yep. Everybody did that.
Yep.
Everybody caught the zucchini. Well, me and Teresa caught the zucchini. And then I was the only one that did the sake.
Oh.
But it was a fun time. Got her out, which was nice.
Fun.
She hasn't been to dinner in a year and a half.
I like doing that, especially if you sit with another family that's good.
We took enough that we got the whole table.
Oh, you had the whole table?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we split with another family.
That's fun. That can be fun, and that could be...
It could be bad.
Ooh, that's 50-50 right there.
Yeah, that's an interesting conversation.
So we did that, rented a van. Now that we know we can do that, we're going to try to take her out more. She can only be in her chair so long, so it kind of limits it, but still.
For sure, man. That's awesome.
So, other than that, that's it, man.
It's been a crazy week.
It has.
That's why we're doing this show on Sunday.
Yeah.
This is exactly
the weekend edition.
Yes. So, all right. You want to get into some football?
Yeah. So, biggest takeaway is that we're getting closer and closer to football coming back. I mean, rookies reported to camp. Yep. Almost all of them did. Nobody came out with any major injuries as far as that's concerned. You've got some talk about Julio Jones being on the trading block from Atlanta. You have ridiculous
now the Pats
idiot Browns fans trying to justify trading for Julio Jones.
No,
Stop it.
No.
Sounds ridiculous. The Pats are a concern. If you're in the AFC and the Pats get Julio.
That's crazy. They got Randy. Like, they've done certain moves like
Don't
that.
sleep on Cam Newton. Look, last year they went I hate to remind everybody, but the New England Patriots, without Tom Brady, with 0 receivers, with 0 tight ends, with 0 running backs, 9 players on the defense opting out because of COVID, went 7-9, and Cam threw 8 touchdowns. Okay, Cam obviously either A, wasn't healthy, doesn't have the talent around him, first year in the system, all the above. Expect them to be better, and I expect them to be challenging for a playoff spot, 100%.
It was a new system for him, came in late. You know how much I didn't like him last year. I thought he was going to get cut. With what happened from what I've heard is that after because he was doing all right at the beginning, and then he got COVID, and he was out for 2 weeks, I think. Mm-hmm. And after that, he just wasn't right. So whether it was
takes
part
time.
Of that, it could have been so many different things.
All the above.
He used to be money. I liked Cam. I just didn't like him last year. So we'll see. I
think people should not be sleeping on the New England Patriots regardless.
But they already spent so much money.
If they don't get Julio Jones regardless, I still think they contend in the AFC as far as getting in the playoffs. Then building the playoffs, who knows?
Tebow finally got signed.
He did. He looked thick. I saw a video of him. He looked thick. Now listen, we talked about it last week in length a little bit.
Yep.
Got a little heated.
Yep.
He's on the 90-day roster.
Yeah.
Let's revisit it when we're in week 3 of preseason.
What I've been saying.
Okay.
Yep. We'll see.
This could be a let's see how he does in the locker room. People are going to love him. He's got great work ethic. He works hard. He's gonna hustle and motivate people, not by having to push religion, but by being an absolute competitor and an elite athlete. I don't care what you say, but he's not there to be a quarterback. He could transition into a consultant, into a coach of some sort, and still be a part of this without having to get cut. Now, he signed a 1-year minimum. What did he sign this? He signed a 1-year vet minimum.
Right.
0 guaranteed money and a split if he's injured. That's it. That's not taking away from anybody. Is the 7th round tight end from Northwestern Missouri Central County gonna make the team, or Tim Tebow? Both of them have the same exact chance. Sorry.
We'll see. I still don't like it, but whatever. Okay, so we were saying last week we're gonna cover the NFC West.
Yeah, we're gonna go over a couple of the teams. Go over their schedules, take a look at how it shapes out. I'll tell you what. from looking at the Cardinals, because that's who I was going to cover, you're going to cover the Niners or the Seahawks.
Both.
Or both. The Cardinals' schedule is very tough. This is a schedule. I mean, looking at it, it really is. I was trying to put together what's the path for the Cardinals to make the playoffs, and it is a murderer's row. It really is. I mean, they start off with Tennessee. Tennessee, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Rams. That's your first 4. They're going to go 2-2. You can go 3-1. They're going to go 2-2.
Okay.
Then you got the next 4. Niners, tough ass game. Cleveland, Cleveland.
Who do you think wins that game? If everybody's healthy,
I think they split, but I think they split on each other's fields.
Okay.
I think
so that first
at home, the first one is at Cardinals, and I think the Niners win that. Then they go to Cleveland. Then they get a get-right game with Houston at home. Then it's home Packers Thursday night. I'm assuming Aaron Rodgers is playing. Then at San Francisco. So hold on. They go Rams, Niners, Cleveland. They get a little breather with Houston. Packers
on a Thursday night,
and then
week.
San Francisco away.
Yep.
Carolina will be better than them at home. Then you go to Seattle. Their schedule. I mean, they could be 5-8 real quick, and not be a bad team. That's looking at that schedule's tough when I think about how the Cardinals, because they are loaded. They are ready. They're loaded. They could make a deep run, but can they get there with that schedule?
That's going to be the difference because NFC West is going to be a tough situation.
2 teams will make it. Can 3 make it?
Our schedule's better than theirs, and I think that's going to be the difference. But they've had a lot of weapons.
They did.
It's going to be a different looking team. So, all right. So let me get into my Niners. So we got Detroit starting off. I don't believe in Jared Goff.
No, that should be a get-right game, 1-0.
We're going to get that. So
off the jump.
Then we have Philly. Okay. Is Hurts going to come out?
Rebuilding.
Right. Okay. So I say
you're 2-0.
2-0 right there. Then we go to Green Bay. Who knows what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers?
I got you being 2-1.
If he's not there, I say we're 3-0 there. Then we go to Seattle. I'm always taking us over Seattle. I love you.
Of course, as you should.
Yep. And then we got Arizona. So we're
going to start out 4-5-0 or 4-1.
And then we have Indy. And then Chicago.
Well, I will tell you this. Do not sleep on Indy.
I'm not. I think they're going to be good.
Indy's going to win 10, 11 games this year.
Yeah. I think Seattle is, if I'm correct, Seattle opens with Indy.
Yeah.
I think Indy wins that game.
Yeah, I agree. It's in Indy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. So I actually think it's going to come down to us and the Rams in this division.
Cardinals will be trying to sneak in on a second playoff.
Yep.
Or a second wild card.
Okay, so you go over the Rams, and then I'll go back to Seattle.
Actually, you pulling Seattle right now?
I have Seattle up.
I can tell you this. Well, with Matt Stafford, anything is possible. Honestly, the guy's a gamer. Now he's got people around him. They lost a lot on defense, in my opinion. Yep. Cleveland took 2 of their top starters in the secondary. That always hurts.
Still have Ramsey.
And he's ready. He's so ready. He's ready. Who's he talking trash to? Was it the Denver? Was it Denver talking about? Or no, it was Philly. It was hilarious is what it was. But he's a gamer. He talks trash. He's all about that. He's all about that action, boss. He's all about that action.
We'll see.
But the Rams have a plethora of talent. I do think that they open on Sunday night with Chicago at home.
Yep.
Okay. Chicago, what is the NFL thinking putting, no offense, Chicago Bears and their fans and my family that are Bears fans and all of that, but when they did this, they had no idea they were going to have Justin Fields. They were going into this with them having Andy Dalton. What makes you put Chicago Bears on opening weekend against the Rams, just for them to get throttled on national TV to kill the hopes and dreams of the Windy City? Because that's probably what's going to happen unless Justin Fields starts, because he's a gamer. That should be an interesting thing. Chicago's got defense.
And watch, because that's going to be huge. If they start Justin Fields and he comes out and balls against the Rams and the Rams lose that game, he's immediately going to get blown up. Now, obviously, he's still going to have to prove himself. There's 17 games this year, so it's going to be the largest season. What do they say?
It's the biggest season ever.
Season, yeah.
It's the biggest season ever.
So the Rams have a tough schedule.
They do. Okay, so they've got Bears, Colts, the Bucks it's actually in L.A., so Tampa Bay coming to L.A. Then they're at the Cards, Seahawks at home. Giants at home. Giants on the road.
Yeah.
They get Detroit at home. So actually, they have a nice, and then Houston. They've got a nice little run right here. They have a run of Giants, Detroit, Houston, Tennessee.
That Giants game could be good.
Could be, but they got the Packers just like y'all. They got Jacksonville late in the season. Jacksonville should be better, though. Jacksonville should be better. Now, I don't know if they're going to beat them. I'll tell you what. And then they finish up. Dude, they got the Baltimore Ravens at January 2nd on a Sunday afternoon in Baltimore. And then they finish up with the Niners. Looking at this right now, I'd have to tell you the Los Angeles Rams do not make the playoffs.
You don't think so?
Matty Stafford moving on and getting there. They're going to win 9-10 games, and they'll be on the outside.
So,
outside.
It's us winning the division then.
I guess I'm coming around to that.
If you look at our team and with all of what we had out last year, and
we can't say, well, if Garoppolo stays healthy, because if he doesn't, it doesn't matter to an extent because Kyle Shanahan's pretty dang smart. His dad's pretty dang smart. They've got an offensive system that could flow and go.
We have good running backs. We brought in some good receivers. We did what we needed to do, and if we can stay healthy, I think, hands down, we win that division. But let's get into the Seahawks because I think this is going to be the last place team.
You heard it here, folks, ladies and gentlemen. The last place team.
In this division.
I know what you meant.
I'm not saying. I think they'll have a decent season. Supposedly, Russell Wilson's happy now with the moves and the different things they've made. Saw that today. Who knows? That could just totally be PR. So, Indy,
if it came from Team 3, it's PR. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Unlimited.
They have Indy, but then they have Tennessee and Minnesota and then us. So they could be 2-2 right now.
You can't sleep on the Vikings.
No.
Because they're in every one of these. They play all of these 4 teams, and they're not going to go 0-4.
But then they have L.A., the Rams, because now you can't just say L.A. anymore now that we have it's back to 2 teams again.
Chargers.
And then Pittsburgh, which I know how much you love them and believe in them. And
this would be a down year for them.
New Orleans and Jacksonville. So that could be a decent run. And then they're going against Green Bay, Arizona, and Washington.
Washington's no sleeper. Washington won their division and gave Tampa Bay a game, and their defense is ridiculous.
Best front seven.
And let's not forget, they signed Highland Park High School zone. I'm pointing because it's about 1,000 yards this way. Ryan Fitzmagic.
Yep.
For whatever that's worth to you, folks. Ryan Fitzmagic.
He's going to give you a solid 8 games.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen.
Well, they signed that young kid that they liked that gave them a game in the playoffs.
Well, correct, but at the same point, who knows? So if I'm saying I think the order of what's going to happen, I think it's going to be us, the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks.
All right. As of today, I would take y'all, Cardinals. I'll go Rams Seahawks. I think there's discontent up there. I think they're covering a lot of holes with the Russell Wilson brand Band-Aid.
All right, I'm writing this down so we have this on record. So I'll make sure we keep.
All right.
So we'll be checking.
It's not like we don't have video record, but yes, you are correct.
No, but
I'm never going to go back to it and find out.
I don't know. Yeah.
We don't have a stat person to go back and look at it. We don't have a shipping container full of hyenas back there running his show.
No, it's just us. It's fun, but I this is the way. I just keep the same binder.
This is the way.
This is the way. All right, so let's get into some basketball.
Yeah.
My stinking Warriors blew it against L.A. Well, LeBron made
a ridiculous 3.
And then we lost against Memphis, but Ja Morant was on one. It was a great game. We almost had it, but we ran out of time. There was a lot so Boston and LA won their first game, so they were automatically in, right? So then we had Washington and Memphis win their second game, so they got in.
Right.
So then we had that's what was fun actually this week. I love playoff basketball. And now we're getting into actual playoff basketball, not play-in basketball, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we had earlier this week Miami and Milwaukee.
Played yesterday, right?
Yep, and Milwaukee won.
Good game. Went to overtime. Jimmy Buckets hitting the bucket to take it to OT. He had a chance earlier when they got the ball back. They had a chance to win that game. And he should have taken that shot, and he did not take the shot.
And then Middleton hit it. I thought they were going to go to Giannis. What's crazy is that Jimmy Butler fell on his back so hard twice. And then one of them, his wrist got bent back. I thought because he immediately grabbed his wrist and curled over. And that was within like 2 or 3 minutes.
He's a gamer, bro.
Dude, Jimmy Buckets is...
He's got my respect. I know I talked a little bit of trash that he's not a superstar. And again, I don't know that he's a superstar, but man... He's really, really, really good.
He made Miami go to the finals last year.
Yeah.
He was the difference. Okay, so then we had Dallas and the Clippers, which was a good game.
Was a great game. You know, I had to take off
for a 31 and triple-double.
I had to take off to the store, and I ran to the store, and they were down like 9. I was like, oh, this game's over. And I came back, and I wasn't gone that long, and they won by 10.
Yep.
He went on a run at the end of that game.
Luka was awesome. That was amazing.
Which was awesome to see. I almost wore my Luka hoodie today, but I'll wait.
You'll save it for when
I'll
they win
save it.
Okay. So then we had Boston and Brooklyn. I can't stand Boston.
I can't stand either team. So
and Brooklyn, like I said, they're going to end up winning this whole thing anyway. So they won. And then
I don't think so.
I know we disagree with that, but that's perfectly fine. Portland and Denver.
Good series. That's going to be a good series.
Damian Lillard took that over, and that was
What
awesome.
did you expect to happen? I mean, that's what
of course.
Dame Dollar does, right? This is when he comes alive.
Now, not Dame Dimes like I messed up
Yeah.
the first time.
Hey, but think about this. The Knicks in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
I repeat, the New York Knicks are in the playoffs and hosting a playoff game for the first time since in almost 10 years, since 2013.
Yep. So
I'm trying to think. 2013, LeBron was in Miami. I know they played each other. I bet it was then. I bet it was when the Knicks played Miami in the playoffs.
Was that with Carmelo and...
They had like Amon Shumpert when he was good, right before he went to the Cavs. They had like a deep team. Yeah, they had a good team.
Yeah. Okay. So what we have today, we have Washington versus Philly.
Yeah.
Which is still on, if I believe.
Washington, as we speak, it's the beginning of the fourth quarter. Washington is down by 6, 99-93.
Okay.
Watching this game, because I don't watch basketball really anymore, but watching this game, Philly's deep. Philly is deep. Looking at their roster, looking at what they got, coaching staff, obviously, all those things, they're deep. I think they're the number 1 seed. So that stands to reason.
Yeah, in Washington, but they got Beal, who can put up 50. You got Westbrook, who's a consistent triple-double. I mean, so
Alex Len's playing all right. I mean, they got bodies. They're going to give him fits, but they're not going to move on.
They always blow it.
So is this going to be over? And is this a 5 game? Is this a best of 5 or is this a best of 7?
I think Philly still wins this, but
is it a best of 5 or best of 7?
No, the best 7.
Is it okay? Mm-hmm. So is this going to end in 5 or 6?
6, 5, maybe. I'd say 5, 6.
Westbrook can will 1 game.
Yeah,
Westbrook can will 1 game.
So then the game that we're kind of excited about, and we've had some people already running their mouth about the Lakers and Phoenix game.
Yeah, I've heard the trepidations of the lips of people.
Because we're local, so we hear the Phoenix talk. But
sure.
Who do you think takes this?
I so badly want to take the Suns. Like so badly want to take the Suns.
I love Booker.
I really
that difference.
Want to take the Suns. They're at home, hosting a division rival. And I don't know if you can call them a rival because the Lakers have had that ass for, I don't know, ever.
Yeah, but they had those years with Nash.
They had
good playoff games. Let's say it that way. But
this is a defining moment, and I'm not hyperbole. This is a defining moment in the Phoenix Suns franchise. To be the number 2 seed.
Are they going to will LeBron like you said last week?
Oh, they already did.
So
look what just happened. He broke protocol. Yeah. Sorry, folks, you haven't heard of this. LeBron did break protocol for COVID. Now, I got my stance on things, but he broke COVID protocols, then played the game against Golden State, and because nothing really come about it, they're not doing anything about it. If this was anybody else, seriously, and I think LeBron's the greatest player of all time, but they are bending the rules because
LA's going to win.
Not because of that. I'm not saying they're going to bend it so LeBron wins because of that, or the Lakers win because of that, because the Lakers they're the champs.
I think the Phoenix is a better team. It's going to be interesting, but I
so badly want to take the Suns.
I do too, but I still think the Lakers
Okay, this is going to be the dumbest thing I'm going to say today, and I'm going to say a lot of dumb stuff today, but I'm going to take the Suns to win the series.
Okay.
But if the Lakers win the series, they're going to win the championship. There you go.
Interesting. Okay, so
I know that
then
sounds crazy.
we have Atlanta, and
I don't like the fact that they matched up in the second round. I'd like to see that being the.
I love it.
I'd like to see that be the Western Conference Finals. Would have
No.
been Suns Lakers. That would have been.
get the Lakers out early. Sets it up.
We'll see. 12:30 our time.
All right.
Actually, in 20 minutes.
Atlanta and like what were you just talking about? The Knicks back at the Garden hosting a playoff game. The Knicks are good.
Knicks will win this series.
Randle,
Knicks will win this series in
Rose is-
5.
Yeah, Atlanta's good.
Trey
but
Young
they're-
will go off
I
for
think-
40 tonight.
Think so?
Yeah, in New York, Madison Square Garden. It's the Mecca.
Oh,
Yada
yeah,
yada yada.
he's gonna
But
wanna-
they'll lose.
You want to put up a show?
Yep, but they'll lose.
And then we got Memphis at Utah.
Now, I think Memphis can upset the Utah Jazz and win the
You
series.
think that's gonna happen?
They got dogs, and I'm sorry, I just don't believe you're taking.
You think that if they had Murray, if Utah had Murray, would you still take that?
It'd be closer than I would think, but I think Ja with no Murray, and then they got Rudy Gobert.
Stop it.
But
Stop.
come on, dog.
All right.
Who's the other big man in with the Grizz? I'm gonna say his European name wrong.
I can't.
I can picture him. He looks like you.
I know exactly, and he's got the like weird looking beard thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember, but I don't know.
I like him. I'm taking the
It's
upstart
hard.
Memphis Grizzlies to move on
I
against
hope
the Jazz.
Memphis Grizzlies win. I love Ja Morant. I just want to see more of him and dunk on somebody nasty. That would be awesome. So, all right. So, you overall have the Lakers winning this.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Lakers to win the championship.
Okay.
Now, if the Suns move through,
Then you believe in the Suns that much?
I think the confidence they would get from beating LeBron and AD and the Lakers and getting that monkey off their back to get to that team, they got enough depth. They've got the coaching.
I don't think.
I don't know if anybody if Brooklyn gets there, the only team that's got the horses are the Lakers.
All right, I got it written down. I'm taking Brooklyn. You're taking Lakers.
Yep.
All right. So did you see this dude, supposedly first time betting, put $200 down? 3 things for the first basket. So he picked
I did see
Porzingis, Duncan Robinson, and Irving to score the first baskets in each of their games.
Yep.
Won $91,000.
Which is another reason why I can't wait for FanDuel and DraftKings to become
Once it
available
opens-
in
opens
the
up.
state of Arizona.
See, but that's scary. See,
Well, I wouldn't put $200 on it.
He's ruined for the rest of his life because he's not going to.
No, you just don't ever bet again. It's a
If
walk
you're
off. It's a
smart.
George Costanza. You walk off.
That's awesome. Good for you. And what's crazy, there's a lot of betting going on, especially with baseball. People are doing like
First
9,
5.
10, 12 game parlays.
And you bet the
and
first
then-
5 innings.
Yep.
'Cause
And
you get your starters.
Yep. And then you can also with the playoffs for NBA. There's a lot of stuff. And
There's
all
so
these
many
side
parlay
bets.
games that you
It's
can, and prop
ridiculous.
bets. The prop bets are where it's at. If anybody would have taken, I don't know what the odds were, but I bet it was huge for what Duncan Robinson yesterday had like 7 or 8 threes. He had like 30 some points.
He's
if you'd have
good.
taken him to have plus 6 3-pointers, I bet it would have been like plus 12,000 or something, like
Yeah.
something ridiculous. And he just balled out.
Yeah, he's good. I like him. He's kind of surprisingly good.
He's sneaky good.
Yeah.
Such a thing to call a white. He's sneaky good, but he is. He's sneaky good.
That's the easy way of saying it, putting it that way, I guess.
He's a hard worker. He's a grinder.
But I mean, even Hero, like he came out of nowhere last year, but he was a stud in the playoffs.
That bubble. Devin Booker, stud of the playoff bubble that didn't make
Undefeated,
the playoff bubble.
but still didn't make the playoffs.
Figure that one out.
So I was thinking about our story.
Right.
I have a good one, and you were there for this one.
I was there for this. Undisclosed time, undisclosed location. Just know there was gambling involved.
So I'll say this. It was my birthday. My wife took me to a casino, and we went to Shula's steak house. Oh, my God, it was
Correct.
amazing. And then I walk out, and all my closest friends are there,
Yeah.
including you. You were there.
Yeah. Sure was.
So, you know, we kind of hang out, partying. You know, we're drinking pretty decently, and then we decide, hey, let's go hit the gambling floor. So everybody kind of spreads out for a little bit, but then we all kind of end up going and playing blackjack. Well, now one of our friends, there's a husband and wife. The husband disappears, as he tends to do, and
He might have
didn't know-
invented the Irish goodbye, even though he's not Irish.
100%. However, everybody was kind of doing different things. So we're like, maybe he's winning somewhere else, whatever. Then a lot of time goes by.
Like 45 minutes goes by.
Yeah. And so then the wife comes up to us while we're playing blackjack and is just like, hey, have you seen him? Like, what's going on? And we hear over the loudspeaker, somebody needs to go to security, but it's not her last name since she's married to this man. It's her maiden name. And she immediately goes,
we know where he's at.
So her and I get up. We walk over to security. This good friend of ours is being escorted with two large men in suits through this hallway. You can see through the glass, and all of a sudden, the doors open up. We're like, what the
There's
heck
your friend.
is going on? So she starts talking to the husband, and I go and start talking to the security guys. And they're like, sir, he's never going to be allowed here again.
He got 86 from a casino. He wasn't
An
counting
Indian
cards.
casino.
He wasn't counting cards.
No. Come to find out, he wandered off. And so we rented a room. And so we were up in our room for a little bit. So we were going up and down the elevator for that night. He went into the elevator and thought it was the bathroom and decided to just pee all in the elevator. And it was caught on camera. And then ultimately security came, got him.
Yep.
And
that's one way to always remember a birthday party.
Yes, for sure. It made my night. It was actually, I laughed so hard, and it's such a good story. And then what's even funnier is then after that, I caught your wife of almost falling in the river in the front.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Her and my...
No, in the fountain.
Wife.
Yeah, in the fountain.
Yeah. It was like they had that little river, whatever thing. And that
good
was
times.
A great night.
Good times.
But that's my story for the week.
Yeah, good.
I think it was fun.
I'll have one for next week.
Okay, you gotta tell some.
It's been a few.
I've got lots.
Did I tell the McDonald's filet of fish? I've already said that one. Yeah,
yeah, we told that
just
one.
Making sure.
That was good. That was early on.
Yeah, we'll brainstorm. There's some deep down in there that we've probably suppressed because of.
There's a lot that I'm on the border of.
That we can't really.
Do I tell or do I not tell?
Yeah.
But we have a lot more merch coming out.
Yep.
We got some
stickers.
new stickers coming out. So
More
we're at some
shirts.
different things. So on jamesoutwest.com.
Yep.
We're on the YouTubes. We're on Instagram. We got
iTunes.
a podcast. So iTunes, Anchor,
Facebook.
yeah, all that good stuff. So check us out. Show us love. Comment. Let us know what's going on.
Let us know if you think our picks are dog trash because they probably could be.
Yeah.
Until it comes to gambling, then you guys want to.
Mine are good. That's fine.
All right. You're an idiot.
All right. I got love for you.
All right, next week, brother.
All right, homie. All
Later.
right, one love.